My name is John Leyden. I'm a doctor and a specialist cardiac anaesthetist in practice for for nearly 30 years now. And I've been involved with NECA, NeuroEndocrine Cancer Australia, or formerly the Unicorn Foundation, since 2009, its inception. NECA came about during the journey I shared with my late sister Kate, who had metastatic pancreatic neuroendocrine cancer. Kate was always scared. She would never show it. If you read her diary, and she kept a Excel spreadsheet of everything she went through, and it was horrific to read. I'm the only doctor in the family, and I kind of managed that, and we got her help throughout the world. And through our advocacy and my knowledge of the medical fraternity, we were able to get treatments that sustained her life longer than the 6 months she'd been given at diagnosis. And fortunately, she lived for about 5 years longer and saw nieces and nephews born, and she was able to get married. That experience made me realise that in Australia we didn't have anyone advocating for patients with neuroendocrine cancers. So I approached many of the leaders in the field in Melbourne and Sydney and asked them, how we could meet the unmet needs of our NETs patients in Australia. NETs are frequently misdiagnosed because their symptoms are common. The asthma-like symptoms, the flushing, the abdominal pain, the diarrhoea, change in bowel habit. A lot of people get diagnosed as irritable bowel instead of NETs. They're common, so when they see their general practitioner, obviously the first common things occur commonly. And this does delay diagnosis, and understandably so, but it's only when the patients continue to represent with these symptoms, continue to represent with feelings of being unwell, that we really need to sit up and consider NETs as a differential diagnosis. And hopefully we will decrease the time of misdiagnosis, which is still in the order of 5 to 7 years, to less than 12 to 18 months. That would be wonderful. In all my years of working with NETs and neuroendocrine cancers, we still face the battle of diagnosis. And more than a decade ago, we determined the most important catchphrase was, for NETs, if you don't suspect it, you won't detect it. So education, awareness of the general community, general practitioners will improve that awareness, and if we understand what NETs can present with, we will detect it earlier and most likely have a cure. NeuroEndocrine Cancer Australia is actually the nucleus of everything to do with neuroendocrine cancers. It has done phenomenal things for NET patients in Australia. We have lobbied and advocated for treatments which are world class. We have supported patients for the last over a decade, emotionally, physically and psychologically, to understand their disease, to empower them. We have actually grown a community of surgeons, physicians, nuclear medicine doctors, endocrinologists together under the banner of NECA and neuroendocrine. And we have a vibrant and very world-class group of doctors Australia-wide who, under our auspices, now can provide exceptional care to our NETs patients.